How does a frisbee fly through the air? To start off, here is a visual of what a frisbee looks like when it is flying through the air. As you can see, the air rotates around the frisbee as it is spinning clockwise, going over to the sides and under the frisbee. A frisbee can be thrown in many different ways, but the three most common ways are the backhand, forehand, and the scooper. So to perform a good backhand, all you have to do is grip it like so, make sure it's nice and firm, have a good momentum swing, and flick the frisbee at the end, making sure that it's a hard flick so that it travels through the air. By making sure the frisbee is straight when released, a good throw is always secured. Now to perform a good forehand, you have to put your fingers in a pistol, 2 fingers going in the rim and the thumb going out, grip it hard, make sure the frisbee is straight, and again, hard flick the wrist. Now the scooper is held the same way, the only difference being it's an overhead toss. So the only thing you have to keep in consideration is the more you angle it, the more it'll curve. So hard flick of the wrist and boom, you got yourself a good throw. Now with all of these throws, the angle of attack is very important. There's 3 angles a frisbee can be thrown at, which are positive, up, neutral, straight, and negative, down. Now when a frisbee is thrown upwards, it tends to come back in its swing, but it has way more airtime than the other 2 throws. And when a frisbee is thrown straight, it has more accuracy and flows way smoother through the air, making it a better throw. And if you throw it downwards, you get the least amount of effect and distance, so it just makes it the worst throw out of the 3. Now another important thing that goes with how a frisbee travels through the air is its stability and equilibrium. When a frisbee is thrown through the air, it does not always start as a straight throw. As you can see in this following clip, it starts wobbling until it finds its equilibrium. This is what we call rotational mechanics and gyroscope precession. Now when a frisbee is spinning through the air, low pressure goes on top because the curvature breaks it down, and at the bottom nothing breaks it down, so there's high pressure. The white lines represent the resistance and the yellow arrow represents the frisbee direction. The specifics of how a frisbee is thrown can be found out by using the Bernoulli lift equation, which is lift equals coefficient times density times velocity squared over 2 times area. When applying the Bernoulli equation to frisbees, the density is the air density in which the frisbee is surrounded by, velocity is the velocity of the frisbee thrown, and area is the area of the frisbee being used. The 2 main forces that act upon a frisbee when traveling through the air are lift and drag. The lift of the frisbee is provided by the differences between the low pressure of the top of the frisbee and the high pressure below the frisbee. And the drag is the resistant force on the frisbee, which is perpendicular to the lift and acts upon the frisbee's movement through the air. In conclusion, there are many factors that go into how a frisbee travels through the air. For example, there's how it's thrown, angle of attack, which are positive, up, neutral, straight, and negative, down, strong flicks of the wrist, equilibrium of spin, lift, and drag. Now, my advice to a perfect throw is make sure you have that good build-up, which is that nice little side step, that nice little arm motion. And you always gotta have that flick of the wrist so that everybody could look at you like, look at the flick of that wrist, look at the flick of that wrist, look at the flick of that wrist.